Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's your boy Gary Scott, aka the Solid Pipassassin, and I'm back with another trade breakdown, guys. So, guys, on this week, wasn't a pretty, to my standards, it wasn't a good week at all. To be real with you guys, I think about 3 or 4 trades went against us. We did good on 2 of them, but still great risk reward trades. It just went against us, right? Be realistic, guys. If you get into an industry like this, or you get into this industry at all, every week's not going to be a good week. Every day is not going to be a good day. But the thing about it is making the most of the opportunity, even when it's bad or even when it's good. All right, because there's always something you can learn, no matter which way the trade may go against you. All right, whether it's good or bad. All right, so without further ado, let's go over these trades, right? Let's find out, one, why I took these trades, two, why they potentially just turned into another direction. Sometimes it can be doing with timing, all right? Other times it can also just be that, price just went in the opposite direction, all right? So first trade that we have here is EURAUD. What I noticed is that, one, automatically we are moving in a downtrend. All right, that's what I noticed. All right, I also noticed that, one, price broke structure here, right? Price also broke structure right here, right? It took out these lows. Once price took out those lows, it dropped lower, then retested back to this area. So not only did it hit this area once, it hit this area twice, and then it also dropped again, but then retested back to this area once more. So when I seen that price got here, right? And this is when I potentially kind of like start looking at this trade. I seen how strong this candle came down, right? I also took into consideration that we had a couple of more good candles after, right? When I seen this particular candle, we entered just a tad bit early, right? We did enter this trade a little bit early, right? We entered like 15 minutes before this candle closes. It ended up, pulling back and then eventually just automatically going back and taking out our 35 pip SL, right? But ultimately, what happened? The trade went in our direction and it then hit our 101, which is also 35 pips, right? In the blue. But because it went this way first, we lost the trade. Money would have been made. I believe that we hit even our second TP here as well. So which was like, I believe, 70 pips. So it just went against us. Bad timing, Then we go to GBPAUD, right? This is the second trade that we we took a lesson in. All right. I don't like to say lost too much, but we took a lesson in. I seen price break structure at this point, right? Price created structure here, then it broke structure here, retested back to this level, right? When I was seeing this, I seen it a bit late. All of this stuff had kind of already happened, but right, we noticed that one price retest, it ended up breaking this structure. All right, so when it retested again, right, and it didn't pass this high, I understand now that price is making consistent what? Lower highs. All right, so price got to this particular point, it hit our area of value, which was the order block in this case, right? So you have this order block right here, right? Price hits this order block, and what does it do? Falls and takes out this new low that was created. All right, we then have price create a new low, retest back up to another order block right here, right? What did it do? Right, we entered after this candle closed below, but we entered again 15 minutes before the candle closed. You know what I'm saying? Price did pull back and eventually went against us for 35 pips. But what did it do? It turned right back around and hit two of our, I believe, our first TP, which is our 101, right? So if you see how that timing can come into a play there, it's kind of just really waiting on the right time to potentially get into the trade, right? Sometimes it's always not going to go based off the time. Sometimes you just got to get into the trade and let it be, right? But sometimes you might get at it a little bit too soon, and it may turn against you before going in the right direction. So learn from that mistake, right? We learn from those mistakes. Those mistakes happen here and there, right? So this particular trade right here, honestly, this was like sort of a quick exit. We didn't really stay in this trade too long. We actually got out, right? It went into profit, but it was just working and sort of a consolidation on the smaller time frames. So I said if anybody wanted to get out, they could. But the reason that I did look at this trade for a sell is one, that price broke structure to the low end, right? And it retest back to this area of value, which is the order block, but it's also structure here. All right. So when I seen price closing below this particular area multiple times, right, we entered this trade here. It went into profit, but it then eventually went against us, right over here in this particular area. I told people that, like I said, for 15 pips, they could have got out of this trade, but if they wanted to stay in, they could. It was up to them. But I did tell them that they could potentially get out of this trade a little bit sooner. All right. Eventually went against us, when it went against our 25 pip SL, took it out. We do have what here? Gold, right? We did get into gold towards the end of the week. This trade did go into profit for us, but it then eventually, news came out and it just totally just kind of like wiped out everything, right? It did hit all our TPs at one point, but it just wiped out this entire trade. All right. The reason that I took this trade though is because one, this is an order block here, right? Price is rejecting at this point, but this is also a structure level as well. All right, so I took this trade for a sell. Pretty good entry, but at the same time, it just, sort of timing went into play with this, and just news, just kind of did its thing. And gold, it doesn't really take a lot for it to, move in a certain direction based off of pips. It can go a move like this and move like 400 or 500 pips. You know what I'm saying? So, you have to kind of take that in consideration. A trade that we also took this week was USD CAD. When I seen this particular trade, I understood that this was a high that was broken. All right. And this also was a high that was broken. So when price broke this high, right, it then retest, pulled back, and eventually broke this high. So when it broke this high, right, I was waiting on the pullback. When it pulled back to this level of value, right, or this area of value, which is the order block, this is the last down candle before price broke structure, right, here and also here, and as well here. All right, so boom, price came back to this level, gave us weak rejections, right? We entered here, right, and it hit all of our TPs. All right, so this was one of the two trades that kind of went in our direction. The other trade that did go into our direction was XAGUSD, which is silver. I told people that they could have gotten this trade also. If they got into this trade, they probably doubled their account, no matter the lot size that they used. They doubled their account. We entered here, right? We've seen price breaking structure, right? Creating a new high, pulling back to this area of value. We entered here, and price hit all of our TPs. All right. Barely ever went into drawdown, if any at all. All right. So those are the trades that we took this week, guys, or this past week that we took. If you guys have any questions or concerns, contact me at my Instagram, which is Garrett Scott Official, or you can also contact me at my email, which is pipassassin20@gmail.com, which is pipassassin20@gmail.com. If you guys like this video, man, like it, leave a comment, and share it. All right. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.